Imagine giving everything you have for an entire season, training harder than ever, proving yourself week after week, earning the respect of teammates, coaches, and fans, only to discover that when the biggest opportunity finally arrives, your name is nowhere to be found. That was the painful reality for Noah Hotham, a player many believed had done more than enough to secure his place in the All Blacks squad for their blockbuster tour of South Africa. Across New Zealand, supporters refreshed their phones, scanned the squad announcement, and expected to see one familiar name. But as the list came to an end, there was only one question on everyone's mind. Where was Noah Hotham? The silence that followed quickly turned into one of the biggest talking points in New Zealand rugby. Fans were shocked, former players questioned the decision, and social media exploded with debate. How could one of the standout scrum-halves of the season be left behind? The surprise became even bigger because Hotham had done almost everything a young player could possibly do. Throughout the Super Rugby Pacific season, he played with confidence beyond his years. Wearing the famous Crusaders jersey, he controlled matches with composure, delivered quick service from the breakdown, defended fearlessly against bigger opponents, and repeatedly showed why many believed he was ready for another chapter in international rugby. Match after match, his performances grew stronger. Every pass, every tackle, and every smart decision seemed to be building toward one unforgettable moment: the return to the All Blacks. For many supporters, it no longer felt like a question of if he would be selected. It felt like a question of when. Then came the announcement from Dave Rennie. The experienced coach revealed a 44-man squad for the highly anticipated rugby's Greatest Rivalry tour against the world champion Springboks. Familiar names were there. Cam Roigard, Cortez Radama, and Kyle Preston all kept their places. But the expected fourth specialist scrum-half never appeared. Instead, Dave Rennie explained that winger Leroy Carter could provide emergency cover if needed. It was an unexpected tactical decision that instantly divided opinion. Some believed it showed confidence in squad versatility, while many others wondered whether one of the country's most promising young halfbacks had been unfairly overlooked. For a player, moments like these are incredibly difficult. Fans only see the final squad list, but they rarely witness the countless early mornings, exhausting training sessions, physical pain, sacrifices, and emotional pressure that come before it. Every athlete dreams about hearing their name called. Every player imagines pulling on the black jersey once again. When that dream is delayed, the disappointment is impossible to ignore. Yet what happened next revealed something even more impressive than Noah Hotham's rugby ability. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, he chose honesty, humility, and perspective. Speaking openly, he admitted that missing out hurt. Of course it did. Anyone in his position would have felt the same. But rather than pointing fingers or questioning the coaches, he accepted one simple truth. He could only control his own performances. Looking back on his Super Rugby campaign, he genuinely believed he had put his best foot forward. He had worked relentlessly, improved his game, and given everything he had. Sometimes, however, elite sport delivers outcomes that no player can control. One sentence from Hotham perfectly captured his mindset. He compared his journey to a sailor crossing the ocean, saying that every great sailor must first survive rough seas before reaching calm waters. It was a powerful reminder that success is rarely a straight road. Every sporting career includes moments of rejection, disappointment, and uncertainty. The players who eventually become great are often the ones who refuse to let those moments define them. While many people continued debating the squad announcement, Noah Hotham quietly got back to work. Instead of dwelling on what he could not change, he shifted his focus toward the National Provincial Championship with Tasman. There were no dramatic headlines, no excuses, and no complaints. Just another opportunity to play rugby and continue improving. When Tasman faced North Harbour, Hotham once again showed exactly why so many people rate him so highly. Calm under pressure, energetic around the field, and determined from the opening whistle until the final minute, he helped guide his side to a hard-fought 19-15 victory. It was another performance that quietly reminded everyone watching that his international dream remains very much alive. The reality of international rugby is that opportunities can appear without warning. Injuries happen. Form changes. Coaches rethink their plans. One phone call can completely change a player's career overnight. Hotham understands this better than anyone. That is why he has chosen not to lose hope. Instead, his goal is simple: stay ready. Every training session matters. Every provincial match matters. Every performance becomes another chance to prove that he belongs among New Zealand's best. Competition for the scrum-half position has never been tougher. Cam Roigard, Cortez Radama, and Kyle Preston have all shown outstanding quality, making selection incredibly difficult. In a country where rugby expectations are among the highest in the world, even exceptional players sometimes have to wait longer than expected. Being left out does not mean you are not good enough. Sometimes it simply means the battle for places is unbelievably competitive. As the All Blacks prepare for another fierce showdown against the Springboks, most headlines will focus on the players who made the squad. But quietly, away from the spotlight, another story continues to inspire rugby fans across New Zealand. It is the story of a young player refusing to let disappointment become defeat. It is the story of resilience, patience, and belief. Noah Hotham knows that one squad announcement will never define his career. If anything, it has given him even greater motivation to keep improving. History has shown time and again that many of rugby's greatest players have faced setbacks before achieving success. Some were overlooked. Some were doubted. Some waited far longer than expected for their opportunity. What separated them from everyone else was not talent alone. It was their refusal to quit. Noah Hotham now stands at that same crossroads. He can either allow one disappointment to slow him down, or he can use it as fuel for the next chapter of his career. And judging by everything he has said and everything he has shown on the field, there is little doubt which path he has chosen. His story is no longer about missing one squad announcement. It is about chasing another opportunity with even greater determination. The black jersey may not be hanging in his locker today, but his dream remains alive. And sometimes, the greatest comeback stories begin with the most painful setbacks. When the next opportunity finally arrives, Noah Hotham will want the rugby world to remember only one thing: not the day he was left out, but the day he proved he belonged.